Please buckle up, ladies and gentlemen, because Remy Ma did something that no one saw coming. After weeks of heated arguments, viral courtroom chaos, and her son being charged with first-degree murder, Remy Ma has now admitted her involvement in the entire incident. Let me say that again. Remy asserted that she did it, despite what many others think. Oh, no, this was no high-heeled, cold-blooded assassination. Her heartfelt courtroom statement, which was made public by she said, "I was trying to protect my son. I'm sorry, ma'am." She claimed to be someone who is clearly unconcerned with gag orders. What will keep him safe? Creating a scheme that resulted in a man's death. Did Remy Ma have a secret from her baby boy? Now, that is the real question. Or was she planning it all from the start, like some hip-hop Olivia Pope? The streets are talking too. The TikTok app has been destroyed. We're trying Twitter. Even Funkmaster Flex had to pause the beat. But did it really happen? Hold on tight, because we found out what comes next. Yes, it might ruin her legacy forever. Now let's set the scenario. It's hot and humid in Queens in the afternoon. The photographers are practically tented out, as if it were the Met Gala. This crimson carpet is the sole route that leads straight to the courthouse steps. Furthermore, during a circus, there is nothing else but Ma Remy. She moves as though she knows that everyone is watching, purses her lips, and wears sunglasses. And we were watching too. Alright, you see, this isn't your typical legal drama. Past due taxes and traffic tickets are unrelated to this. No, this is about murder. A man is dead. Her son, Jason J. Scott, is incarcerated on accusations of first-degree murder.
Yeah. Trying to beat you up. Come downstairs. You know you in front of the courthouse trying to act like you're tough. Like, yeah, stop. Yeah, let's go around the corner. Let's go around the corner. Come on, let's go. Trying to beat you up. Turn around. Like your mother's ugly? Turn around. Like your mother's ugly? Oh. Same thing. Oh, okay. Same thing. Oh, okay. Just watch. Yeah, okay. We could test her right now. Right now. Right now, ugly. Everything. Oh, you thought you was gonna see something ugly, bitch. You wasn't. But you wasn't. No makeup. But you wasn't. Same here. You see what's up? Same here. You see what's up? Oh, okay.
Remy Ma, she's no longer just a spectator. She is officially a part of the investigation. And, sweetheart, it gets deep. Let's return. Only a few months ago, Remy was living her best life, or pretending to. Lavish dinners with business titans, podcast interviews on healing and legacy, and picture chances where she's giving boss vibes. But there were already rumors going on in the background. There were rumors about her son's group, not exactly good citizens. Street fights, guns, drug money, you name it. And Remy, she had no information. No, according to unnamed sources, she actively participated in keeping quiet. According to a former co-worker, Remy was allegedly paying off people to keep her son's identity off the streets rather than to protect herself. Oh, really? Then came the decisive moment. On May 6, 2025, Jason J. Scott was arrested in connection with the shooting death of Terrence Miller, a 28-year-old father of two who was allegedly an opponent of Jason's inner group circle. At first, the media took it easy. Remy Ma's child is being detained pending questioning. Charges, however, were soon made public. Conspiracy, unauthorized possession of a weapon, first-degree murder, and, of course, tampering with evidence. Interfering. That word alone raised the question of who else was engaged. Let's go back to last week, when Remy Ma appears in court. She appears to be a lady who hasn't had any sleep in days. She can be seen on camera muttering to her lawyer while pacing the hallway in desperation. Then all of a sudden there's a leak. A sound bite. Brief, grainy, but remarkably real. Remy's voice. I advised him to discard it. I didn't know what to do. The one line, the incriminating line. Suddenly everyone is in a hurry. TMZ, Shade Room, and Law and Crime. Even on page 6 everyone is assuming. Was Remy complicit in the cover-up of a murder? The battle in the courts is another option if that wasn't enough. On the day of her son's bond hearing, Remy is ambushed as she goes outside by the daughter of Terrence Miller, a 19-year-old college student who has been vocal about wanting justice. Witnesses claim that she yelled, "You should be locked up too," while looking Remy in the face. What was said by Remy? You guessed it. Please beat me up. Yes. She said that on camera. The video became viral in a matter of hours. The internet became popular. Team Remy and Team Justice gained popularity. Memes, TikTok reenactments, and courtroom Karen versus the Bronx Og edits with background trap tunes. Despite the jokes, the pressure was mounting. Next came the arrest. Indeed, precisely. Authorities claim that 72 hours after the public altercation, Remy Ma was formally detained for interfering with an ongoing investigation. Took burned goods, a SIM card, and $15,000 in cash out of a storage facility in her name. Could this be a coincidence? I'm not sure. According to a precinct insider, who naturally wants to stay anonymous lest they mysteriously lose their badge, the whole thing seemed like a careless housekeeping effort. Like a crazy mother concealing evidence. Oh, phew. As you would imagine, Remy Ma is a mother, a rapper, and a murderer's cleanup crew, so we should stop here. But you see, given that Ray has already been accused of breaching the law, that's where things become a little murky. Go back to 2007. Remember the whole case when she was convicted of shooting her own friend for over $3,000. Yes, she did that for 6 years. For this woman, this is nothing new. She is like this. Furthermore, history can be repeating itself right now. This time, it has nothing to do with stolen money. It involves a murder weapon, lost phone records, and an enigmatic flight log, proving that Remy traveled briefly to Philadelphia the evening her son is suspected of perpetrating the crime. But let's not get ahead of ourselves, because you're wrong if you thought it ended there. What came next was even more bizarre. Insiders claim that the DA's office may charge Remy Ma with obstruction of justice and accessory after the fact. That is a felony, people, and if found guilty, we're looking at least 15 years. Then Papoose finally speaks out, as if the universe couldn't make things more intriguing. In a seemingly captured Instagram live, he declares, "I've loved that woman for over a decade, but I don't know who she is anymore. Have you all heard that? A legacy gone wrong is what that sound is." What led to the public breakup of one of hip-hop's most committed couples? Devotion either to a son or to a falsehood. In this case, let's not pretend that the streets are innocent. People are divided. Half of the internet calls Remy a ride or die mama bear because they say they would do the same to protect their child. Lock her up, goes the other half, who compares her to a hooded Martha Stewart wielding a Glock. She went from battle raps to murder raps. You can't make this up. The world waits. This is true. According to one Twitter user, the courtroom is waiting for you. The press is holding out. Beyond her responsibilities as a wife, mother, and artist, Remy has changed. She is now at the center of a homicidal plot. Furthermore, according to her own leaked confession, "I helped clean things up, even though I didn't plan it." Think about that for a second. But we're only getting started, so don't worry, because we'll be analyzing the published court documents, the mysterious burner phones, and the reasons why an insider says that this whole thing was planned weeks in advance in part 2. For this, you'll want to sit down. So where were we? Indeed, precisely. Remy Ma was just taken by the federal government. Her legacy is on life support, and opinions on the internet are split on whether to give her a barbed wire Mother of the Year trophy or cancel her. But then the awful part begins. You are forced to reconsider your views on justice, hip-hop, and loyalty as a result of the leaks, the facts, and the receipts. We'll start with that storage unit. Yes, the one where investigators found burned clothing, a burner phone, and $15,000 in shrink-wrapped cash under Remy's name. You wonder, what else did they find? A blood-stained hoodie. Stop now. The hoodie was reportedly worn by her son Jason J. Scott on the night of the murder. But here's the worst part. Security camera footage shows Remy entering and staying in that storage container for 17 minutes, 48 hours after the event. Nobody else was seen coming in or going out. Could this be a coincidence? Please. Then came the big one. This homicidal conspiracy was connected to 3 separate burner phones, according to a court document that was made public and sealed, signed, and stamped like a Netflix thriller. Can you guess which of them it is linked to? You already know. Reminisce Mackie is another name for Remy Ma. According to the affidavit, she used the burner to make 4 calls the night of the incident. 2 of them are connected to a man dubbed Deuce, a known felon with ties to a South Bronx group under FBI surveillance for 2 years. Then came the other 2 calls, one to a fake housekeeping service. Since 2020, the laundromat at the address has been closed and is boarded up. Can you see where this is headed? We're going with this unless there's another female rapper with a deep Bronx accent and a murderous plot in progress. Even more damning is the claim that voice recognition software matched Remy's voice on a wiretapped call where a woman says, "Make sure the clip is gone. Don't just wipe it. Trash the whole phone." An extremely unofficial and inquisitive IT nerd on Reddit made the assertion. Go ahead and remark, "Yeah, that was probably her. But hold on. Things will get hotter." Another document disclosed by a judicial clerk with too much access and not enough chill claims that Remy transferred $40,000 to an undeclared account in the Cayman Islands just 2 days after her kid was detained. Why? Online investigators, the same people who figured out the Epstein flight logs from a blurry PDF, tracked the transfer using a cryptocurrency shell account called Sunset Talent LLC, a phony company that was receiving payments from a number of high-profile industry players, including a fake account associated with a man named Sean Combs. No one knows about it. It's true that Diddy is now involved in this because, according to a tinfoil hat-wearing YouTuber, Diddy allegedly paid Remy Ma hush money to keep anything secret. Her son, a recording studio, and a security officer who vanished 3 weeks earlier were all involved in the murder as well as another event. We can't check any of that right now, of course, but the conspiracy theorists are eating it up. TikTok is flooded with videos showing Remy Ma, Diddy, and Jason at the same private event club. One interpretation holds that Remy was trying to protect her son and the music industry from a scandal that would ruin too many careers to mention. Let's get it back. We've got a dead man, a burner phone trail, offshore accounts, and now a potential industry-wide cover-up. But that's not even the best part. Because in a plot twist worthy of a soap opera, Ray's own former bodyguard has now betrayed her. Indeed, precisely. In an open interview with the bootleg podcast Street Truths Reloaded, Big Kev, the bodyguard, claimed, "She told me to disappear for a few weeks and said she had it handled. He advised me not to speak if the cops came inquiring." He even claims that he helped her clean up the 145th Street location where Jason is alleged to have dropped the gun. He says Remy offered him $10,000 and a plane trip to Bermuda in return for his quiet. Spoiler alert, not at all. And what do you know? Kev says he has photos. That's true. Photos were shot at roughly 2:46 a.m. the night after the tragedy. Shows Remy carrying what appears to be a duffel bag full of clothes and electronics into a garage apartment. We have viewed those photos, and you can still see the frame despite the fact that they are extremely blurry, as if they were taken in 2006 using a flip phone. Remy's red wig is visible. The fucking bag is visible. So where's the weapon? Where is the missing security footage? Jason's initial phone is where? Everything is missing. Gone. One thing though, is still very much there. Remy's acknowledgement. In a private declaration during a secret court session, the messiest courthouse clerk in the world once again deserves praise. Ladies and gentlemen, that's more than damage control. Remy concluded by saying, "I panicked. I tried to fix it before it got worse. I wasn't part of what happened that night, but I knew what my son told me. If that makes me a criminal, so be it." That's an admission of guilt. In addition, the floodgates have opened. The FBI is looking into who else she spoke to, where the money went, and why a certain radio DJ in New Jersey suddenly deleted all of his chats with her. You can't make this up. Now that the streets are bustling, let's discuss how the public is reacting. Additionally, there weren't many answers. They become as divisive as a Thanksgiving dinner following a political quarrel. Team Remy supports her as a mother standing up for her child. Anyone would do the same. Strong black ladies are simply hated by all of you. The group imprisons her. She pretended to be the victim while hiding evidence. That isn't how parenting is. That's against the law. Plots on the team's part. This goes deeper than Remy. They don't want others to know their power, secrets, or labels. Meanwhile, celebrities are fleeing for their lives. No one is speaking. Not even Papoose, Cardi B, or Fat Joe was removed. It sounds cryptic, doesn't it? All posts about Remy included a picture of a lion cub with the caption, "Truth always comes to light." Now, as the story continues to pick up steam, prosecutors are hinting that new charges may be filed in the days ahead. According to reports, they are thinking about a RICO case. Indeed, a criminal enterprise that plans to commit crimes is referred to by RICO. With Young Thug, they tried the same thing. Therefore, if a murder takes place, Remy might not be convicted for merely covering it up. She might become the queenpin of a criminal organization. And just when you think it can't get any worse, it does. The FBI investigation, the confidential audio recordings, and the alleged wish of one judge to degrade Remy Ma in front of the hip-hop community are all covered in Part 3. Betrayals, secret wiretaps, and a startling discovery that connects all of this to an unexplained death that hasn't been talked about in years have all occurred. Are you ready? Hurry up! And we are now. If you thought this was just a courtroom soap opera about a rapper who covered up murders after becoming a mother, oh no, you've been thinking too narrowly because the federal government just took notice of this case. The FBI is officially involved, yes. Let's analyze it. According to an exclusive leak from someone who clearly took their oath of secrecy and burned it, the FBI launched a parallel investigation 2 weeks ago. Why? Because of the questionable offshore accounts that we covered in the second part. It turns out that unregistered cryptocurrency funds are being transferred through foreign banks while a murder investigation is being conducted. That is a warning sign, indeed. Therefore, the matter is no longer just about Jason's murder case or Remy's alleged obstruction. It has to deal with money laundering, witness intimidation, and interstate criminal conspiracy. Who do you believe is at the center of everything? Reminisce Smith is the real name of Remy Ma. But wait, it gets darker. According to people familiar with the investigation, the FBI allegedly intercepted many wiretapped conversations between Remy and an unidentified male voice. "We'll move the piece to Jersey," the person reportedly claimed during one of those calls. Ladies and gentlemen, this is no longer a panic. Coordination is what this is. Nobody's looking there. Ray's voice, confirmed by digital forensic analysis. Replies, "Burn the hoodie. Get rid of the bag. I already told him to stay quiet." Federal prosecutors are currently building a case that connects Remy to evidence tampering and conspiracy to obstruct justice across state lines. That's a federal prison term. Simple, without pretentious pleas or early release. For a while, the jaw-dropper is right here. Yes, they have another tape that they haven't released yet, and it seems like Remy says, "I did it for my son." It turned out to be the same statement from her confession in court. It's on tape now, factual, recorded, and Fed-owned. At this point, things start to go from ridiculous to historic. A courtroom claims that the judge presiding over the federal pretrial motions, a staff member, wishes to give the example of Remy Ma. The source said that they want her to stand for hip-hop's commitment to accountability. They see this as a chance to express themselves. Do you know what that implies? She may have to wait over 2 decades. Not to mention the ongoing state-level murder cover-up, it just covers the federal charges. If prosecutors prove that Remy helped her son flee, destroyed evidence, and lied to authorities, she will be charged with many offenses. Think RICO, think conspiracy, think about a barrier, think about fraud. You ask, what else just spilled? They might have found the gun that had been missing all along and was used in the shooting. According to a tip provided by a sanitation worker in Newark, a 9mm Glock that matched the ballistics of Terrence Miller's murder was discovered in an abandoned lot behind an old warehouse. And the worst is yet to come. A shell corporation, linked to an LLC linked to Yes, You owns that property. You guessed it, Remy Ma's manager. Brah, Now, it's not even a case anymore. A motion picture, that is. Let's add Fat Joe as one more surprise guest if you thought the cast was already too big. On his Instagram story over the weekend, Fat Joe posted and then took down the mysterious statement, "Sometimes the people you protect end up being the ones who destroy you. Loyalty isn't love." Note that there were no names mentioned. But he is also the same obese Joe who welcomed Remy into the terror squad, helped her through her imprisonment in 2007, and greeted her as though she had never left. Now, crickets. The silence of her peers is deafening. No public support, no rap community defense team, no free Remy campaign, just sentiments and federal indictments. Meanwhile, it is said that Ray's own lawyer is hurrying Tokomi to a deal. She apparently accepted a plea bargain from the feds. If you testify against her son and everyone else involved, the charges will be reduced from 20 years to 6. Think about that for a second. She faces 20 years in prison if she testifies against her son. Furthermore, our insider maintains that the transaction is still possible. No response, no endorsement. However, time is running out and the walls are closing in, because it has been claimed that Jason Jace Scott is considering betraying his mother. Why? Since the DA's team is playing both sides. If he testifies that Remy organized the cleanup, he might be given a youth sentence and sent to jail for 12 years. These days, it's mother vs. son, loyalty vs. survival, and legacy vs. longevity. The final surprise is this. One name keeps coming up: Taisha Briggs. Who is it? Due to confidentiality issues, Taisha Briggs, Remy Ma's former assistant, was let go in 2024. She has stayed out of the spotlight up to this point, since one of the court records that was released lists her name among potential witnesses. The problem is that Taisha's neighbor claims to have lately seen FBI agents conversing for hours outside of her flat, carrying a special witness protection review packet to go with her. Therefore, if this is flipping, the feds have someone from the inside, someone who knows everything: its schedules, its storage facilities, its bank accounts, its timetables, its texts. It's done. Or is it? The unanswerable questions that no one can fully answer at this time are left for you, the audience. Was Remy Ma's behavior motivated by love or desperation? Is she really a mastermind? Or is she just a mother who made a serious mistake? Will she betray her son to save herself? Or will she die protecting him? How about hip-hop? How many mysteries are left to solve? Because if Remy Ma can collapse like this, who else will? You have the upper hand now. Was this a maternal error of the worst kind? Or was it intentional, premeditated, and unlawful from the beginning? Please share your thoughts here. We're sure you all have them. Additionally, don't simply scroll away. Such scandals change the rules of the game. Please click like if this expose left you speechless at any moment. Subscribe if you want more unfiltered, unrepentant, and unedited ugly commentary, the kind that will never be found in mainstream media. And turn on notifications because, sweetheart, we're going to keep talking about murder mysteries, Remy Ma, and hip-hop idols going down in front of our very eyes. If you have insider knowledge, DMs are also open. There is no guarantee of anonymity. You know we do. Until the next time, stay vigilant, speak up, and remember that no one is innocent in this business.